Hey y'all, it's Melody Stevens coming to you from Texas. Today I wanted to talk about something called favor, God's favor on our lives. I know right now a lot of people might be interviewing during the COVID-19, or you may have lost your job and you're trying to figure out what to do. If you pray over in the morning when you pray, always pray that God gives you favor. Favor with God and man is what I always ask for. Favor with everyone I come in contact with. Even your enemies will be favorable to you, and they won't even know why. But if you're interviewing during the COVID-19, there's a few things that I wanted to say because I too am interviewing right now. And sometimes people just don't seem receptive, and you may want to say something, but we've already had this conversation about how to use our mouths in a positive word only way. So when you're interviewing, be polite no matter what the other person's doing. Always be knowledgeable before you do a virtual interview or a phone interview. Know about the company and know about the questions that they're probably going to ask you. You can Google it. Be prayed up. One of the things I always say is, Father, let my words be few, but your words spoken through my lips be plentiful. And that's just a fancy way of saying, let me not speak anything that you don't want me to say. Because sometimes we'll say the wrong thing and may lose that job just because of what we say. Get out of ourselves and let him be the person that's speaking through us. So prayed up. And be an active listener. You have to hear what they're saying in order to answer the questions. Don't take things personally. One person's no is another person's yes. Remember, yesterday's message was about our words and the power of the tongue. If you don't remember it, go back to 7/29/2020 and watch that 5-minute YouTube video. Listen to it if you need to. So only words that you want to come to pass. I've been interviewing for teaching positions online, and I know what you guys are thinking, what you're feeling, but stand on God's word. Because Satan's plan is to bring doubt. He wants you to talk it, doubt, discouragement. He wants you to be your own cheerleader that's like talking all the discouragement. And defeat. So he likes the 3 Ds: doubt, discouragement, and defeat. If he can get you to doubt and fill you with discouragement, then he can defeat you. You really want a job, then the 3 Ds cannot be a part of your life. You must stand on God's word. So there's a few scriptures that talk about favor. I showed you yesterday also the concordance, and how you can look up one word and how many times it's in the Bible, the concordance. Strong's concordance is what I use, but you can use a lot of different things. Genesis 6:8 talks about the favor that Noah had. Acts 7, one of my favorite scriptures where I'm at right now. The sermon about Stephen when he was stoned. And by the way, that is the way I spell my last name, with an S, Stephen's. Stephen was one of the best disciples I've ever seen, or ministers that I've ever seen. I just love Stephen, and I just know, he gave up his life, but the things that he did and the amount of time that he was spoken of are just miraculous. He had, manifestation of discerning of the spirit. He was just he was in the spirit world. He lived there. So Stephen is really good. Anyway, what I wanted to say is Acts 7, verse 10 and 46. I'm on 46 now. Who found favor before God and desired to find a tabernacle for the God of Jacob. This is Stephen talking about the ministers that came before him. He's given a sermon before they stone him to death about who Jesus is. And then the other one that I like is Esther. It's Esther 2:9. It's talking about Esther having favor with the king. So that's me for today. I just wanted to talk to you guys about interviewing. So remember, be polite, knowledgeable, prayed up, active listener. Do not take things personally. One person's no is another person's yes. Listen to yesterday's message, 729, if you need to, 2020, about the tongue. So only words you want to come to pass, and stay steady, and you'll get that job. And stay in the Word. Stay in the Word. Do not get out of it. Just constantly stay in the Word. That's the only way to get out of your flesh and get into your spirit. This is Melody Stevens saying goodbye for now.